Alright, my broskis, Captain Arch here for the weekly bro gaming news segment. I'll start us off with the sad news, man, which is a continued trend of layoffs in the gaming industry. The following studios have cut staff: Humble Games, Amazon Games, Digital Bros, Congregate, and Digital Extremes, all citing low sales or restructure for long-term health needed for these companies. Digital Extremes even went as far as to cutting ties with Wayfinders, and that's just concerning because you just gotta know that Tencent had a hand in that. We have a full list of nominees for the Games Award coming this December, my G's. Here's what stood out for me. Game of the Year: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Best Game Direction: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Best Ongoing Game: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Best Community Supported Game: Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV, and No Man's Sky. Personally, the games I'm rooting for are Baldur's Gate 3 and Cyberpunk 2077, and I swear to God, Bungie paid to get Destiny 2 nominated for at least something.
We don't have to be adversaries, Homer. We both want a fair union contract.
Why is Mr. Burns being so nice to me?
And if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
The Completionist has not been true to his name, as he has yet to complete the achievement of donating the money he's raised to the charities he said he's working with. Two big YouTubers that are basically watchdogs for scams and fraud caught wind of something that was off about the way that the numbers were looking in the tax filings for their non-profit charity. Something I didn't know is the tax filings for non-profits are public knowledge, and anyone can pull up the info themselves. The research they were able to complete shows that for 9 years, the Completionist has said that he's raised money and has been actively donating it to charities that he's working with for dementia research, when in fact, the tax filings are showing that not a single penny has been donated and it's instead been sitting in their bank account. They were able to discover this because every year, a non-profit would not only have to report the money that it got donated coming in, but the money that they donated coming out. And the issue is that the Completionist's foundation, the Open Hand Foundation, is showing that they have money coming in, and they're even showing administrative expenses being deducted year over year. But what isn't being shown is the funds being donated out to the charities, just as recent as this year, he said he's actively working with. There's an immoral argument here aside from an illegal argument here, because their paperwork shows that they've raised over $600,000 in charity funds, but none of it, absolutely none of it has been donated. By now, it's actually been a few days since this news came out, and we've yet to see proof that the money is still in their account, and we've yet to get any word on when and where these funds will finally go to their rightful place, as donors gave their hard-earned funds to make an impact, ideally the moment you make the donation. And the Completionist is basically asking us to not freak out about him holding on to that money for almost 10 years. To make matters worse, one of the journalists that outed the story had an attempt made to have their video taken down by who appears to be the Open Hand Foundation, but YouTube shut that shit down and said there wasn't any validity to their copyright claim. Gentlemen, on top of yet another year of Call of Duty getting a poor reception, to no one's surprise, and to some of our disappointment, it appears to be selling pretty goddamn well. During launch week, it was the best-selling game on Steam and the UK's top-selling title. I honestly don't know what it'll take to see some groundbreaking changes back into this franchise, but the gamers are in control as they're obviously voting with their wallets. Achievements can get you paid, boys. Football Manager 2024 and Xbox are running a United Kingdom only contest called the Everyday Tactician. The requirements are as follows. Unlock the Champions achievement by winning any domestic league in Football Manager 2024 on PC or Xbox. Then they must also submit a minute-long video explaining why they deserve the role, because gentlemen, the winner of the contest will be given the position of Support Performance Tactician for Bromley FC. Damn, bros, who would have thought of that? A job offer tied to an achievement in a simulation game. I think that's pretty badass. The Marvels was a major flop, and man, I gotta be honest, I was really hyped for the failure. Disney is part of the long list of companies that alienate their core fan base and accuses them of being bigots. There's been a total femme-washing of movie franchises and other IPs, all to attract the female viewership, which isn't coming to see these movies or buying these products. This movie got pushed back 4 to 5 times and opened on a 4-day weekend in order to help its numbers, and it's still crash and burn miserably, as it's reported that the Marvels will need to gross about $700 million before seeing any profits. That's $700 million, boys, when it domestically did $47 million on opening weekend. Y'all remember that guy that thought that after a sweaty 4-hour session of gaming, you probably wouldn't mind paying to reload your weapon instantly as a microtransaction? Well, the gaming community didn't really have a great opinion of that guy. But worry not, for we have a new hero, a new herald for the microtransaction overlords in the form of Strauss Zelnick, chairman and CEO of Take-Two Interactive. His words, not mine. Here we go. In terms of our pricing for any entertainment property, basically, the algorithm is the value of the expected entertainment usage, which is to say the per hour value times the number of expected hours plus the terminal value that's perceived by the customer in ownership if the title is owned rather than rented or subscribed to. If you didn't catch it, what he's saying here is that ideally he envisions pricing for a game being an hourly usage instead of a one-time payment that we make to secure the license to play the game. Like, yo, where are they finding these greedy fucks? And what kills me is that we're all hungry and salivating, just waiting for a trailer for GTA 6. And this is how the people running our games companies think, gentlemen. That's the news for this week, my bros. Like and subscribe and leave a comment for fuck's sake, even if it's a negative one. Just show me you guys are out there.